Hi there, we are Pearl and Goose. Today we'll be explaining you how to simplify and solve an equation and what properties you need to use. But first, I will explain you some concepts you need to know first. The first one is what is a coefficient. The coefficient is a number without variable or exponent. For example, in the expression 3h plus 4h elevated to the power of 2 minus 5x elevated to the power of 10. The coefficients are 3, 4, and minus 5. The sign that they have at the left determines if it is positive or negative. Then, what is a variable? A variable is any number that is represented by a letter because we don't know the value of it. In the past example, the variables were h and x. Then, what is a term? The terms are a coefficient and a variable together. The sign that they have at the left determines if it is positive or negative. In the example, the terms are 3h, 4h elevated to the power of 2, and minus 5x elevated to the power of 10. And at last, what is a like term? Like terms are the terms that have the same variable and exponent. For example, the like terms in 5 plus 4h plus 2h elevated to the power of 2 plus 1h are 4h and 1h. 2h can be a like term because the exponent is different.
Associative property allows us to move the parentheses so we can simplify the expression or the equation. This property can only be used in addition, multiplication, and sometimes we can use it in subtraction, but only if all the terms are subtracting from each other. For example, if we have 7 plus the sum of 5 and a number, we'll have to move the parentheses to the left because 5 and n can't be added. So the operation will be 7 plus 5 plus n. Then we add 7 and 5 to simplify, and the answer will be 12 plus n. We can add them because we don't know what is the value of n. The commutative property allows us to move a term from one place to simplify an equation or an expression. It can only be used in addition or multiplication. For example, if we have the product of minus 7, 8, and minus 9, we need to move the minus 9 one place to the left. So the expression will be the product of minus 7, minus 9, and 8. Minus 7 and minus 9 first, that is 63. At last we multiply 63 and 8, that will be 504. Distributive. The distributive property allows to multiply the term that is outside of the parentheses with the terms that are adding or subtracting from each other inside of the parentheses. For example, if we have 5 multiplied by the sum of a number and 2, we'll need to multiply 5 by a number and add it to the product of 5 and 2. So the product of 5 and 2 is 10, and the product of 5 and a number is 5 by a number. With the knowledge we already have, we'll solve this equation together. First, we need to apply the distributive property in 5 multiplied by the subtraction of 3h and 9, and 7 multiplied by the subtraction of h and 9. That will remain like this. Then we have to multiply 5 and 3h, 5 and minus 9, 7 and h, and 7 and minus 9. This will remain like this. Then we need to leave the variables on one side and the coefficients in the other. To do that, we need to apply the opposite operation.
You're complicating everything if you do like that. Let me show you a easier way to do it. First, you need to add the like terms in the both sides. And then you need to leave the variables on one side and the coefficients in the other. So to do that, we need to apply the opposite operation. The number 55 will be eliminated so we can leave the variables in the left. Then we need to eliminate the minus 7h on the right side. At last, we need to divide because in the left side there is still a multiplication, and we apply the opposite operation to annihilate the multiplication. So the final answer will be h equals 6.